One Missed Call is the first horror film I ever saw in the cinema. This is the 2008 version. I have seen the original. I did love the original, and I will talk about that at some point. But this is the remake that was released in 2008 when I was 15, maybe just 16. And obviously this is a 15 rated film. First 15 horror I'd ever seen in the cinema. Very exciting times. And I'm so glad to say that I truly adored it. It's directed by Eric Valetti with screenplay by Andrew Klavan. Based on the novel by Yasushi Akimoto. And the description from IMDb reads as follows. Several people start receiving voicemails from their future selves. Messages which include the date, time, and some of the details of their death. As a premise, that is absolutely amazing. It's so simple, but effective. And it's one of those horrors that could apply in real life. And to think that if you get a voicemail, you could listen to it and hear your own voice and know that you're going to die. And that's pretty sinister. And these aren't just simple deaths like dying in the middle of the night in your sleep. These are gory, bloody, terrifying deaths. And obviously, these are not always taken seriously. And when they are taken seriously, the potential victim will occasionally try to outrun that death. But they cannot escape death. Doesn't matter what they do. And I think that's absolutely sensational because it's so simple, but so effective. It's very dark, very eerie, very bloodthirsty. It's a true horror mystery, really, as they try and work out what's going on. The threat itself is not obvious. And another thing I love is that I have seen this film a few times now, and even when I watch it again, I kind of forget what the next killing is, and there's that fun and excitement of trying to work out how somebody's going to die next. And I just think that's such a thrill ride. It's very well acted. I will be honest, I didn't care for any of the characters. Nothing wrong with them. I was more interested in seeing how they were going to die. There was nobody who I really kind of wanted to get out of this alive. Nobody I hoped would be spared. I was just very eager to see kind of how it unfolded and what would happen next and how it ended. And I'm not going to tell you how it ended, but that final scene, those final few seconds, is one of the most, when you're sitting in a cinema, in the dark, surrounded by strangers, and that final scene happens, and the lights just come up, and it's kind of numbing and a little bit insane. And I truly adored this film. I'll be honest, it didn't get me into horror immediately. I didn't start watching horror properly for about 2 or 3 years after I saw this. Maybe 2 years. But it is my first horror love. The first horror film I ever watched from start to finish. I don't think Scary Movie counts. I thought it was amazing. I still think it's amazing. Is it better than the original? I'm not in a position to judge because it is a very special film to me because of what it gave me. An impending love of horror. But as a premise, I love it. The execution's fantastic. Visually, it's a delight. The performances are good. There isn't anything about this that I do not like. And whether you're new to horror or already a seasoned horror fan, I think it's definitely worth watching. But do also check out the original. And also watch this one first. Because most people say it's not as good as the original, which is fair enough. But watch this one first so your opinion's not jaded by your opinion of the original. And I guarantee you will still enjoy the original after watching this. One Missed Call is wonderful.